Like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll hit you with those requests right off the bat. So do you have a crappy agent, a good one, or are you the problem as the buyer? What's going on, friends? It's Brad, hashtag Think Nashville, Think Brad. And today's video is all about things you should expect out of your agent and they should expect out of you. So we all know there's bad agents out there. There's crappy agents, there's good agents, there's agents all over the spectrum. Here are a few signs you have an agent worth replacing. Number one, they never send you any properties. So you call, you have your pre-approval letter in hand, you make them aware of your timeline and when you need to be in your new house. You've talked about the area, the price range, everything they need to know, and they never send you anything. In fact, you're sending them a bunch of stuff. That's not the way it should go. They should be sending you so many properties that you have to say, Brad, hey, take a step back, we're good, we got it. You'd be stunned how many people I talk to who say, I have not even heard from my agent in over a month. If that's the case, drop them. The next one, they're never able to show you places. You reach out and say, hey, I'm good Thursday, Friday, Saturday afternoon. Can you get me into X number of properties? And they go, nah, it's not gonna work with my schedule. Or, oh, I reached out on those and we can't get in. So you wind up calling the listing agent. This is another big red flag. I always ask clients, give me a few days and times that work for you and I'll do the same for me and we figure it out. If they don't have time for you, you should kick them to the curb. Do they know the math side of the deal? I say almost daily, you'd be stunned how little most agents know about the financing part of real estate. Can they explain the difference to you between 5 and 10% down versus 20? Do they know what PMI is? Do they know what closing costs and prepaid expenses are? And do they have a plan to help you get some of those items covered up? If not, and you're asking them basic questions on the math side that they don't know, you might want to get rid of them. Lastly, are they an expert? Can somebody really be an expert if they're selling 2 to 3 places a year? Sometimes I talk with agents who say, oh, I've been in the business 30 years. And then I pull up their statistics and they've sold 2 to 3 places a year the last 30 years. You know, the market's changed a lot since 1993. What you really want when you're looking for an agent is someone who at minimum sells 10 to 15 places per year and hopefully more, which thankfully we're well above that. If not, there is no way they're an expert in parts of town, prices, what's going on, projects, etc. So remember, if they don't sell, you might want to kick them to the curb. Now let's focus on the buyer side. The truth is, it's not always going to be the agent's fault. Sometimes buyers out there are, shocker, not prepared, not dialed in, not realistic. So here's a couple things you should do or be aware of if you're an agent with a buyer like this. Are they financially ready? Whenever I'm qualifying people and they first call, I've got a couple quick questions. Number one, what do you do? Number two, how long have you been doing it? Number three, how much do you have saved for a down payment? If the answer is, oh, I'm a doctor, I'm 50 years old, I've been in this job for 20 years, my wife is a CPA, yada, 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 we have 100,000 saved for a down payment, great, you're ready to go. If you say, I'm 23 years old, I just graduated UT and I've had a new job I've been in 3 months and I have $3,000 saved, you're not ready, and that's okay. But look, don't expect me to rush out and show you a bunch of places when you're not ready. If that's the case and you're on the younger end of the spectrum, I'll make a note to call you in 6 months and we can start in a year. I'm not going to rush out and show you places just because you have nothing to do. Your time is precious and so is mine. Next, we have the professional shopper. I'm not going to expect you to buy the first place that you see, but if I've shown you 20, 30, 40 places over numerous weeks and months and you're calling me to constantly get together only to nitpick each and every place to the bone and decide not to buy it, you may not be the client for me. You may not be ready and I may refer you to another agent friend or drop you as a client. It sounds harsh, but like I said earlier, your time is precious and so is mine. You don't have to buy the first place you see, but you should be dialed in, getting closer with each and every one to get a plan and buy something to get into the game. Lastly, we've got misaligned budget. When you go out and get pre-approved, if you are pre-approved for $500,000, only look at places around $500,000. Don't get on Zillow and look at places that are $700,000 because guess what's going to happen? You're then going to have the expectations of a $700,000 buyer when you're not. You're a $500,000 buyer. So make sure you stay on budget, stay in parameters. Also, if you've got a favorite area that you like, great. But if your price range doesn't line up with that area, then what are you doing? Make sure you're lockstep and key with the area and the price range so that when you're working with an agent, you're dialed in. So there you go. Sometimes the client has to get themselves together better prior to starting, and sometimes you just need an agent who's more experienced, been in the game longer, been doing it for, 15 years, has close to 400 sales, and is really, really handsome. And if you think I'm describing myself, it's right, because I am describing myself. So reach out for all of your real estate needs. As always, our contact info is below. We hope to see you soon. Cheers.